Hold on, let's share my screen here. So if you guys are brand new to the team call tonight, my name is Andrea Wallace, and I am one of the co-founders of Team Boom, and I run these calls with Pat. So if Pat's your upline or anybody on Team Boom, we always encourage you guys to invite prospects and just people to learn more. We always host them Tuesdays at 8 o'clock. So we are officially halfway through April. And for many of you guys that attended Super Saturday, we're going to kind of go over some of those things. I'm just going to move this. Here we go. Get rid of that. Okay. So I'm going to start out with a little recognition for you guys tonight. This is the April Life Changers. So basically, anybody who has helped at least at least a coach. I believe there's 2 people, so starting at 2 challenge packs. So you guys can just, if you see your name on there, what I'm going to do is have you guys actually just post in the chat group. If you see one of your coaches on there, give them a shout out. If you see yourself on there, give yourself a shout out. And I want to see that chat box blow it up. So I like to start out with a little team quote. So step outside of your comfort zone and learn to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So if there's something like teaching a new coach or, posting for the first time or sharing on your story for the first time, always remember that at first it's going to be uncomfortable, but eventually you're going to become more comfortable with doing those things. So I just love that quote. I think it's something that is really important as a new coach when you're doing just your vitals every single day, because at first it is going to feel uncomfortable, but eventually it's going to become comfortable as you do them. So just a couple quick announcements with the Super Saturday. So raise your hand if you guys attended a Super Saturday this past weekend. See those hands? I see Lauren. Awesome. So one of the things I'm really excited about is the new fitness line coming in July. So Beachbody has a whole new fitness apparel line that is coming, and we get volume off of it, and you also get commission off of it as well. So this is something that they definitely needed to revamp, because we do have apparel, but it is and needed a little step up. So it's going to be really great quality, and they're going to change it every single season too. So that's another exciting thing for you or for yourself, because you get 25% off of everything. And then also your coaches and your customers, you can point them to the apparel that we have. And it's always great to have more products that are being offered. So another thing is you get 10% off the 3-day refresh kit today starting until April 22nd. It's a great thing to start talking about, especially if there's a holiday coming up like Easter. I know so many people after the holidays want to do like a 3-day refresh, so you can start talking about this. The second 21-day fix test group kicks off on April 29th. So if you missed the one that started beginning of this month, you can jump in this one with Autumn, and that is not this Monday, but the following Monday. So you guys can get in there. And then, of course, we have Coach Basics. So that is in July. You guys can go to Coach Coach Summit 2019 and learn more about the tickets. And I encourage you guys to share that with your teams as well and get them there, because Summit is a game changer. Summer is like the Super Bowl of Syracuse. So it's the Super Bowl of all Beachbody. All right, so tonight's topic, we're going to go over why you want to get to Emerald, and then we're going to kind of bring it back to the basics and go over the business activity tracker, and then do a little bit of mindset about the overall business itself. All right, if you guys are jumping on, if you jump on here, I'm just going to have you guys mute all. Okay, perfect. All right, so we're going to jump into, and I have Leanna who's going to help me with, raise your hand if you guys have ever done an Emerald call, or you have, been on one, or you have run one for your team. Just let me see the show of hands. in the chat, but you can say yes in the chat box. Okay, I see a couple of people. So this is something that I started doing back in the fall, and it's been really beneficial for our team. Just going back to the basics and keeping the business super, super simple. So if you've heard this before, I can actually share this slideshow with you guys. If you are a leader and you have coaches, this is something that you can start to learn to teach your coaches, because remember, we want to keep this business super simple and also super duplicatable as well. So this is something that we do pretty frequently with our team. So what is an Emerald coach? So Leanna, do you want to unmute yourself and you can kind of go over this first slide? This is Leanna. She is from New York City. She's been a coach for almost, how many years you have been a coach?
I think almost 4 now.
4 years. And she has been doing a really great job with her Instagram and stories, and she's going to help me host this. So why don't you go ahead and just share a little bit about what an Emerald is?
Yeah, totally. So yeah, in case you guys don't know, my name is Leanna, or people call me Lee. But either way, like going into this whole Emerald thing, I'm just gonna say really quick before we start that it is massively important and something so simple that we like sometimes overcomplicate it, and we really shouldn't. But overall, Emerald is, as you can see on the screen, it's just you plus 2. So basically how you signed up as a coach, you are going to sign up 2 people. And I don't know if you guys have seen your graphical genealogy, but it basically looks like that. So you have people on your left leg and on your right leg. And what matters most is having 2 coaches or discount coaches on either side. Once you do that, you have basically become an Emerald, and a lot of things open up once you become an Emerald. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So in order to be an Emerald coach, you have to be an active coach. So an active coach is with 50 PV. And then you, like Leanna said, you just sponsor 2 coaches. So it could be your spouse, or it could be your cousin. It could be, we always suggest you guys do like a warm market list. And they have to, either sign up, they can sign up with a challenge pack, and that will make them an active coach. And then you rank advance on Thursday to an Emerald. But this really taps into that second way of earning. So like the first way that you earn is a 25% commission. It's all on your own. It's anything that you put into the business. It's all just basically you, right? But when you become an Emerald coach, now you're opening up the opportunity for that second way to earn with the team bonus and team volume and building a team. So getting to Emerald is extremely important for your business, because it's like when you sign up, you're like a car standing in the driveway, right? And when you become an Emerald, it's like turning on the engine to your car and revving up your business so that you can tap into that second way of earning through team cycle bonuses. So if you aren't an Emerald, pick a date and share it with your coach, and step outside that comfort zone and ask those people to sign up with you. Ask your mom, ask your spouse, ask your loved ones that want to be here and support you, because this is the way that you create that financial freedom. So through, no matter if you get that little piece of team bonus. So we're going to go over the other ways. Hold on one second. And remember, if you have heard this before, the key thing is we are teachers. So you're gonna turn around and you're gonna start to become comfortable with teaching your coaches how to get to that next step of Emerald. And they are gonna start to get comfortable with teaching their new coaches with becoming an Emerald. So it's all about keeping it super simple, duplicatable, and teachable to other people. So do you want to talk a little bit, Leanna, about the free customer lead program that you get once you become an Emerald?
Yeah.
Hidden Success Club?
Yeah. So basically, like the way that I've been teaching it is free customer leads is basically free money, because the way that corporate has basically done all of this, so once you are an Emerald and you reach Success Club for that month, you basically get free customers, which then means whatever they purchase, you get the commission from it. So let's say people that sign up like online, or they sign up through the infomercials, those people get assigned a random coach. But those random coaches are the people who hit our Emerald and above and hit Success Club. So just because of that, like hitting those two things that are so simple and easy that you should be doing quickly, you get these free customer leads that, I mean, a lot of people, they do reach out to these customers just because they are in, you have all their, like, the email, or sometimes they'll put their phone number, but like, just because of that, you can reach out to these people and be their actual coach. If not, a lot of people, they don't answer, but at least you are reaching out as this random coach that got assigned to them. But this is like another way that you are basically earning money through already hitting this first rank in your business. And I mean, it's so simple as you're already at this rank and hitting Success Club, which is like one of the, I call it one of the vitals that you should be doing every month.
Awesome. So that's really important. Like she said, these customers start to add up, and over time they'll start to order. Beachbody sends them emails all the time. If they're ordering, Beachbody on demand, that's a residual income that you get every single year that when they get that renewal. So, that's a huge thing. And they order, they are seeing the products. So getting those free leads is awesome. It is like the first stepping stone to your business. So this really like boosts the confidence of your coaches. It boosts the confidence when they get their first dollar within the first, 30 days. That's exciting. They get that commission. They're starting to build their team, and they get credibility, and also get to be added into the Boom Fam, which is a separate Facebook group for Emerald and above. So this is, you also, you're tapping into that residual income from your team. So, okay. What else? Anything else on that slide you want to go over?
No, I think the next one.
Okay. All right. So I'm not going to go too much into this, but basically this is the team volume. So this is like how you earn as a coach. So I suggest you guys go into your graphical genealogy and really see who's in your team. So team volume is basically just every product has a volume attached to it. So Shakeology, Energize, Recovery, the apparel, all of that has a volume attached to it. So when your coaches and their customers are ordering every week, you get a little piece of that volume, and you can start to team cycle. So at first, as an Emerald, $14 does not seem like that much, but over time, and as your team grows, that team bonus cycle is going to start to really add up. So 95% of my paycheck is coming from a team cycle. It's not solely based on my own efforts to sell challenge packs. It's coming from a little bit of that, but then majority of it is through your team and helping them become leaders, and through growing that leaders within your downline. Okay, so the first thing that we should do for an action plan is sign up a controlled business center. So the first person you should sign up is your spouse, or your mom, or somebody that you know. Just think about a controlled business center as just basically you being able to control that person's account. So I signed up my husband to be my first person on my week leg, and just from signing up my husband, he has a residual income coming in, and if I can control his business center. So it's basically having like a second me. Make a warm market list of we call it your hot list, or you can call it your wedding list, of people who would benefit from becoming healthy and fit in our challenge groups. And don't ever assume anything, or assume that somebody's not going to join you, because there's so many people out there that you would never think that would do this business that would. But the worst that can happen is you don't ask them and they sign up with somebody else, or you ask them and they say no. And really, when they say no, I mean, they're going to actually turn around and they're going to put more eyes on your journey. And they're going to know that you asked them and you opened up, you planted that seed that they could be a part of this too. So it does take some time for people to watch you, but never assume that somebody won't, and make that list and just ask the people, text them, call them, tell them that you're excited about this, your challenge group, you're excited about this opportunity and you want them to be a part of it. And then reach out to those people. So we're going to go over next how you can make action into building up your business. We're going to go over the business activity tracker, but reach out to them, call them, tell them, both my in-laws, I signed up right away to be coaches because I knew that they would benefit from the programs and the products. They don't coach, but they've been coaches for almost 6 years. They enjoy the programs, the products, and they did it as a favor for me. So you just never know who is going to say yes. And then set a goal date. So when you are going to achieve this rank. If it's going to be this Thursday, you'd have to have everything in line by tomorrow night, right? You rank advance on a Thursday night. So make sure that you are setting that goal date and then taking action to get there. Let's see. What else do we have? And we're going to go over the BAT with you guys in a second. So Leanna, I have the BAT up here if you want to go over it. So this is something that I try to keep super simple when I bring in a new coach. I think sometimes with Facebook and everything that's going on, with our groups, and we're a very interactive team, we want to keep this business super, super simple for our new coaches coming in, and even ourselves, because a lot of times, it can be crazy and you have work and you have other things going on. So if you can just keep it as simple as possible and do the business building activities first, you're going to see your business grow. And sometimes it's always that like unsexy thing, like the one thing, like inviting, that's what's going to get your business to grow the fastest. So it's not always going to be super, super exhilarating. But if you keep your why in front of you, if you go to those live events, if you show up on social media, you're eventually going to start to grow your business. So do you want to go over just like the first part of this? And kind of how, Leanna, you can talk about how you fit this in because you work full time for Tommy Hilfiger. She works for Tommy Hilfiger, which is pretty exciting. And how you fit this into your busy day.
Yeah. So I basically work in pockets of time because I do work a 9 to 6 plus 45-minute commute to, and then 45-minute from that office. And let's say yesterday it took me 2 hours to come back from the office. So sometimes I don't have time for everything, but being able to like mix it in throughout my day helps a lot. So if you can see on the BAT, we call it a BAT or business activity tracker. What matters most, and I tell my coaches as well, is like you got to work and focus on you first, because the moment you focus on you, you're able to spread it around to everybody else. So like you have to be proof of the product. So doing your workouts and drinking your Shakeology or the performance line, like something so basic like that, you're benefiting yourself to then share with other people. So either you do it in the mornings or you do it at night, but I do my workouts and drink Shakeology in the morning because it's easy. I'm already in my apartment, get it done. So then goes into more of the busy work, the actual income producing activities, which I've been calling IPAs, which is kind of weird because it's beer, but whatever. So the way that I've done this whole business is, first things first is inviting. Like, get it done. It's the most like hard thing that you will be doing, other than sharing your story and being authentic and all that stuff. But like inviting is something that a lot of people don't really do as much, just because it is something very hard. So trying to like get the invites early in the morning and get it done. Who cares what people are saying? Just get it done. But I'm just going to go along with like the BAT that's on the screen. So initiate connections and add followers. So obviously when we are in this business, we want as many eyes as we can on our either Instagram or on our Facebook, or I don't know what other social media, but we want to have as many followers and as many eyes on our profile as possible, because then that means there's more invites to send out. Because obviously with Instagram, you can't just be sending out invites to people that are not following you, because you will get blocked. But that's another situation. So we want to keep like adding other people so that they can then see our profiles. I mean, we just want to consistently like grow our following, our people that are watching us, especially in our stories, which then I'll go into the other one where it's update Instagram, Facebook story throughout the day. That's the thing, like a lot of people think that you don't have an interesting life or you do the same thing every single day. I literally do the same thing every single day, but there's some things that happen during the day that I'm like, oh my God, I have to show this, or like I'm going to, I mean, literally the other day I fell and I posted it just because it was something new that happened to me during the day. Like, don't think that your day or your life is boring. People want to see what you do other than working out, other than this business. People want to see like the real you because they want to trust you. Like adding onto your Instagram and Facebook stories is a way for people to begin to trust what you're saying is real, because you are showing them that, one, you are working out and you're drinking the shakes and being proof of the product. And second, that you are human, because there's so many people on social media now that are so fake and they just want to sell. But obviously we are in the selling business or that industry, but we're more about like changing lives and like making this a lifestyle and basically having like a healthier lifestyle. Also showing that you're real, that you have struggles, that you have mistakes, that you are doing this. I mean, there's a bunch of examples on the page where it says like daily life, workout clips, product use, healthy meals or meal prep, invitations. I mean, all of those, like if you make a poll, if you have like questions where people can answer, and then obviously like recognition and shout out, which is basically one of our vital behaviors. But sharing your story during the day helps a lot with people like trusting you, that when you do go out and send that invite, they know who you are because they've been following you, and it just helps the process along a lot easier. And yeah, it can be scary sharing like a workout clip where you're like struggling, but it does help them see that you do struggle as well. That was like a long tangent, but if you keep going down, so like responding to all new likes, comments, and views, that one for me took me a while to do. And I'll be really honest, it took me a long while, just because a lot of people, you can't really figure out, I mean, now with time, it's kind of hard to see if those comments or views are genuine, because there are still a lot of bots on Instagram where it's like you see a comment that says like cool or good or whatever, but still like commenting to those comments helps a lot because it increases your engagement. There's a lot of things about like Instagram and Facebook that can be another topic, but respond to the people. It also helps to show that like you're human, that you're not like just there to sell and that's it. Like I think like the most important thing is to show people that you're real, because if not, they're not going to get attracted to you. They are going to see that all you're going to do is, or like all you're wanting to do is like sell, and that's not the point. I mean, at least for us, it's not the point. You want to like change lives, not just be a store for a product, basically. So then obviously is invites. And it is going to be hard, but honestly, like, I've treated it as like, I want to see how many no's I can get in a day. Because I know that the moment I get a no, it's not an actual no. It's not right now. I've had people that I've invited, let's say in October of last year, that are now coming to me and saying, hey, I want in. Just because they've taken from that moment that I sent the invite, they've been watching me and seeing that I'm staying consistent, seeing that these products, programs, all of this stuff is real and it's not just like a quick fix situation. Like me being able to show them and show up every single day for myself and for the people that I'm helping, that they are now trusting me, that that first invite was a not now. So I treat it as, I'm going to send so many invites and I want to see so many no's. Like, there's a book that's actually called Go for No that we had read. I cannot remember. Do you remember the author?
I don't, but if you go on YouTube, it's on there. If you just type in Go for No, it's on there. But I love that, like the mentality of like going for no, because we tend to think that no is like so bad and we associate it with something negative. But honestly, if somebody says no or not now or they're not ready, I always just say like, can I share with you anyways? Do you want me to take you off your list, my list? You when they say no, it's not that big of a deal because it's not like they're going anywhere. They're not going to unfriend you or unfollow you. It's just it happens, and we just have to be comfortable with allowing ourselves to hear that word.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know the author's name, but
yeah, but I would definitely recommend that book, like either audiobook or actual physical book, because it is, when I first started the business, like when I would hear a no, I would basically throw my phone away and just hide because I was so afraid of, someone said no to me. But now it's like, oh, you said no? Oh, okay, that means you're going to keep watching me and you will most likely come back. So now it's like when I hear a no, I'm like, yeah, okay, you're going to keep watching me. Let me continue because I know that you'll be back. So the next one is following up. This one is key to everything because trust me, people sometimes they scroll through Instagram and it is something that, they read and then they are like, oh, I'll respond later, and they don't. And then like it just goes into oblivion or wherever, the cloud, I guess. And following up with people is crucial. Like, I cannot state it like any other way because it is something so important. And especially when you send out the links or stuff like that, I definitely suggest following up on a Friday. Because one, Friday, a lot of people get paid. Two, it's the weekend and everyone is exciting. And three, they realize all the crap that they ate during the week. Like, and that they're like, oh my God, something's got to happen. I got to change. I got to, they're going through and looking at the rest of the days of the week that had just happened. And Fridays are like the day to follow up. Obviously, you can follow up every single day, but those, for me, like when I send out links to sign up, that's the day that I always follow up with people because it is like the day. But following up with people, even if you invited them like the month before, following up the next month saying, hey, I know that the previous month wasn't good for you for timing or any other situation, but I didn't know if you want to check it out this month. Just something so basic like that. Like maybe last month was bad for you. How about this month? How is this, how is May going to be for you? I mean, something so simple like that. Yes, there are going to be people that will say no, but you keep trying because those people are watching, because you can see who's watching in your stories. You can see who's liking your posts, and you can see that it's the people that you have invited, and they're watching more closely now because they know what you have to offer. They know that you're doing it yourself. You're not just like selling something to sell. It's like something that you are living, that you are doing. So why not like them benefit from seeing that you're doing it, that other people are doing it, and that they can do it as well. So then getting people results, that's obviously super important, because you don't want to just like sign someone up and like put them in a group and leave them there and that's it. So contributing to your challenge group, if you're running one by yourself or you're running one with somebody, like just commenting on people's posts or like checking up with people. I definitely check up on people, because there's, at least like in some of our groups, there's people that they are doing the workouts, but they don't post, or they don't comment, or they don't, tag or anything that we're doing that day or that week. So like checking up on people and making sure that everything's okay, like be there for them, because you are their coach. There's a reason why they signed up with you. They want to be a part of what you have to offer. So contributing to your challenge group and being a part of the group as well. Like don't just be the coach. You are still a challenger. You are still on a journey. So why not like act as a challenger as well? And then recognize achievement. Like let's say someone said that they lost 5 pounds, shout it out. Like if someone, let's say recognize in business, someone hit emerald, shout them out. Like stuff like that, that makes people want to be and continue to grow. Because honestly, I get really psyched up when I see my name on the, Success Club chart. Like I get really, really pumped up, and it's not like someone screaming my name, but it's written there and I'm like, okay, I'm doing good. Like simple recognitions like that will pump people up. Not just challengers, your coaches as well, or even your discount coaches, like everybody. And then obviously responding to questions. Everybody has questions. When you started off as a coach, if you're a newbie coach, you do have questions. Totally ask all the questions. And your customers will have questions, so be open to it. Like put yourself in their situation where you had just started your journey. So imagine like all the questions that you had, they might have. So like be open to it, because I know that a lot of times it can be overwhelming having people bombard you with questions, but like take your time and answer them. And then my favorite, personal development. Because obviously this business is hard, and not hard, but like it can be mentally draining, just because when you are starting off, like you are hearing all those no's, and you are hearing people that might say mean things, or you are putting yourself out there. So personal development is something that is for you to grow mentally, and for you to, grow this, or be more mindful of like what you're doing. And it doesn't just have to be of something so basic as like, grow in belief or gratitude or something like that. It can be, personal development could actually be like learning in your business. Like there's one by Keith that we had just read. I forgot the name of it.
Build to Last.
Build to Last. That's a personal development, but more about, multi-level marketing and our business. It doesn't just have to be, something so basic that can be kind of, I don't know the word that I'm looking for, but like a lot of people don't do personal development because they think it's something so like for people that have issues. It's not. It's more about like you growing your mindset, you growing as a person inside to then, share it with the world. It doesn't have to be something so icky. And honestly, like I, as I had mentioned before, I commute 45 minutes to, 45 minutes from. Yesterday was 2 hours. Like that's my time of personal development. And that's the time where I'm starting my day. or I had just worked out and then starting my day. But like, it's something that you just plug in, I don't know, audiobook or podcast, or I mean, I've looked up on YouTube. There's so many books that out there. Like, there's so many different ways of doing personal development that you can plug in. At least it says 15 minutes. I can guarantee that you guys can do at least 30 minutes. Like, you can do it while you're cleaning your apartment. You can do it while you're doing laundry. You can do it while you're cooking. You can do personal development can be done anytime, anywhere, basically. And it's something that I kind of love about Beachbody, because it's not just like you growing physically or like toning or, you know, losing weight. It's more about like you growing as a person, like building confidence, building leadership. I mean, a bunch of you are on this call for a reason. Like, you are a now CEO of your own company. So why not grow mentally and physically with this whole business? Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't know why they put personal development last on this list, but it is something that's really, really key to your business. But I'm going to go back up. Thank you so much, Stan. That was awesome. And again, this is something I strongly suggest, if you have new coaches, that you get on a one-on-one call with them on a Zoom and go over this with them. Because once they realize like how simple this business is, and it's really just repeating these things over consistently, but they can do it in pockets of time, it takes an ease off of this, that it's this big, scary business, that they have to do all of these things at once. Once they see this and you sit them down, you're like, this is what you need to do on a daily basis, but you can do it in pockets of time, on your own time. They'll see how simple this business is, and really the big mindset that it's really finding 5 people just like you that are committed to this business, that want to grow this business with you. Those are the people that you're looking for. You're looking for those business builders that want to build a team alongside you. So the only way that you're going to build that and have that, you know, freedom and financial freedom and build that team is by digging into the basic, simple things on a daily basis that are like not, you know, cool and sexy and all those things. And they're easy to do, but they're so easy not to do. And that's like the big difference with this business. The big difference of the mindset is that this business is so simple. It's easy to do these things. It's just being consistent in doing them is going to really start to build your business. And like Pat always says, get on the escalator and stay on the escalator. So what I want to do is I actually want to go back to the number, the first one, which is your why and your target market. This is so important. And I actually, this is a link. So I actually go in here every day and retype my why. Every single day I go in here and I retype my why. And I have a group of our coaches called the Runner Club. And I will, once I'm done with this, I will snap a photo of it and I will just send this to them and say, I did everything. But the first thing I do is I always rewrite my why. And this is something that you really want to talk to your coaches about, because remember, now you're teaching them how to do these things. Even if you're probably thinking, I know this, like somebody went over this business activity tracker with me, I'd be like, I know this, like I know about this, right? But the point is, you want to now teach this to your coaches so that they can get so comfortable with these daily things that they can turn around and they can teach their coaches, because that's where the duplication starts. So retyping your why, asking them what their why is, digging into it every single day and putting it out there, like physically writing it out there what it is going to make you sit down and finish this list. So it has to be something personal to you. I always tell my coaches that we are not, like when people say my why is I want to help people, I'm like, that's what we do as coaches. Like, you wouldn't get into this business if you didn't want to help people. Like, you just know the whole word coach means helping people. Your why is something that's like really personal to you, that is going to help you in some sort of way. So if you're going to tie it to like financial, like maybe you want to get rid of debt, maybe you want to get rid of your student loans, like maybe you want to eventually go part-time with your business. Retype it and put it in your forefront every single day, because that's what's going to make you do this list. And then the second one is I'm actually going to do a quick activity with you guys. It's called My Target Market. So stay focused on connecting with your ideal person. So I want you guys to actually, I see people have like a note or maybe on your phone or maybe on a pen and paper. I want you to write down 5 things about the person that you're talking to that you want to resonate with that person. So for me, I always say I'm looking for the Annie, right? The Annie that got into this business. So I'll just give you like 4 things. So I actually wrote it down on a list. My ideal person, like very, very specific. I want you guys to do this after I tell you this. So I said, was lost with routine, because I was lost with routine. I was rushes from work to kids to life with the balance. No balance, hard times on the weekends. So somebody that struggles on the weekends with eating right or getting back into that, like every Monday you're starting over. Loves to be a homebody, but also loves to socialize. Is a go-getter and figures things out on their own. Doesn't want people to tell her what to do. Needs accountability, people in her life, a mom of kids, likes the college aspect of a team, but is now missing that in her life. Struggles with anxiety, wants to travel more and not be financially strapped, doesn't want to be told she can't buy something if she doesn't want to. Like that was a big thing in my business. Like when I first started this was like, I just wanted to buy a t-shirt and I didn't want to have to feel like I didn't have the finances to be able to do that. So that's the type of person that I'm talking to every single day on my story, is that person. So when I'm doing my stories, I'm talking about that person that I want to relate with, because that's the target. Your target market is not going to be the same as somebody else's person. So I want you guys to just really quickly take a minute and write down 4 things about yourself and the person that you're talking to. Go ahead and do that. Give you guys a minute. Or you can even put them in the chat if you want to share. Likes to travel. And you can even write this, like I said, I write this out like a lot right on my target market. But the sooner, more specific you can get and to that person on Instagram, the more specific and more relatable that person is going to be to you. So we're not all talking to the same person. We're talking to the person that, was us coming into this, right? And then after you do your why and after you do that, then you can go through this checklist every single day. And Beachbody breaks it down so nicely that I honestly just send this to my coaches, like my brand new coaches. I send this to them. I teach them what Emerald is to get there, signing up 2 people, and then showing them these little things every single day really, really starts to help them see success in this business, and doing it in baby steps, right? Like showing up on your Instagram story, sharing your life, right? Like you want to get to the point where these people know you. They don't just know you for your workouts and that you're a Beachbody coach, but they know who you are as a person, right? Product, healthy meal, like she just went through all of these things. And then at the end, after you do these, and I really like how they tie a time to this as well. So you know exactly what to focus on. And also the business building activities are the first thing on this list. So it doesn't say go in your coach group, talk to your already previous coaches, go into the boom fam and chit chat. You want to be talking to new people every single day, because that's what's going to help you grow your business and become a leader and find those people. And then it goes into those other things of the challenge group, personal development. And then this next slide is just tracking. Like, how many people have a hard time with tracking who they're talking to? Like, raise your hand. I feel like that's like my biggest downfall, is the tracking part of things. So you have to develop a system that works for you. So for new coaches, I find that sometimes pen and paper works for them right away. Some people who maybe are doing this a little bit longer, they might now get into Streak, but you have to have some sort of a tracking system so you don't lose the people. I do not track everybody that I'm inviting. I usually will send out the invites, but if they respond back with their email or that they're interested or, any sort of engagement, I will write down their name and then how we contacted, and to make sure that I follow up with them. Because like Leanna said, and Raina said, it usually takes people the seventh or eighth time for you to follow up with them, or for them to see something of your post or anything before they actually respond back or will join you. So the follow up is really, really key. And, even if it's just like, the second, third time, you do want to keep following up with the person. But I think, do you guys have any questions about, like, do you want to type in the chat, or you guys can, I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. Or you guys can just post, like, is there anything that you're struggling with for new coaches, like to be able to train new coaches? I know this is kind of simple, and it, might not have your head spinning like most calls when you get off of, but I think the more easy and simple you can keep this business, the more duplicatable this business is going to be. And you're not going to overwhelm yourself, and you're not going to overwhelm your coaches when they come in. So again, that's pretty simple, but that's what this business is. It's simple. It's those small things every single day, consistently done in pockets of time. Does anyone want to share what they, how they would fit this in? I think I saw Kelly in there. I'm going to put you on the spot, Kelly. Do you want to share how you go through, can you just share really quickly if you do this BAT, and like how you fit it in with, like, throughout your day?
Are you talking to me,
Yeah.
Kelly?
Yeah.
Okay, so my system is pretty simple. I have the exact same system every single day. I wake up at 5 o'clock. I eat my breakfast. I take my Energize, and before I work out, I do all my follow-ups. Like, that is the absolute first thing I do, because if I don't do my follow-ups, like, it just stresses me out. So I do my follow-ups, and then I usually have like 5-10 minutes, and I start sending out invites. Then I go work out, and then and I'm crossing these things off my BAT every single day, because that thing is gold. Then I go work out. I do my workout. I post my moves. Then I go into my challenge group, post all my stuff there. And since I'm already posting, I go through and check in with everybody there. Then I get ready, do my personal development, and then when my kids take a nap, that's when I sit down and I work really hard on the rest of that BAT, and I hit up the invites hard, because those are what are going to move my business forward. So that's what I'm hitting up first. And I get through, I don't do a time limit on that. I try and send at least 60 a day. If I'm like really getting them out there and I'm just on a good roll, I'll keep on going. And then that usually is my first like working session. And then I do nothing else till my kids' next nap time. And I cross off everything else on the BAT.
All right. Awesome. Thank you. So like Kelly said, if you were to come into my house, right? Like, I have a pretty boring, like Lena said, boring, simple way that I build this business. It's not like every day is super exciting, but these are the things that have helped me get to a 6-figure income plus, like, and grow that business. It's doing these small little things every single day consistently. And I think that the thing that keeps you going is your why, knowing who you're talking to, and then obviously like getting in your coach group and talking to your coaches and going to live events. That's going to fuel the fire and the mindset for the long term. But it's really like the coaches that you ask, how did you build this business? How did you grow a 6-figure income business? It's literally this sheet. That's it. It's keeping it super simple every single day, doing the consistent things. And you keep staying on the escalator and doing them. And it's going to start to snowball into something way, way bigger, right? But it's going to take time, and it's going to take consistency and to build that business. So new coaches, I always encourage them just to not give up in doing this, because at first they're not going to see a huge, huge growth in the first couple of months. It's going to be just them becoming comfortable with getting uncomfortable with doing these things, to the point where Kelly, you're probably just like, it's so at this point natural to you that you don't even think about it. You just do those things every single day. So again, super simple, super duplicatable. There's a question in here I'm just going to answer, and then I think we're done. What's the process of keeping it simple? I do an email system, but want to revamp it so that it's simplified and not overwhelming. What would that look like to make sure I'm focusing on the right things first and not the fluff? So are you talking about for new coaches? So what I usually do for new coaches, I will send them a getting started right email that I have. I can share you guys that. And then I will ask them after they do that, there's a couple questions for them to fill out about their why and things like that. And then I will just get on it. I'll ask them when they can do a Zoom call, and I will get on here and go over this BAT with them. And I keep it super simple. Like that's pretty much it. One email and then going over the BAT to help them get started right and not overwhelm them. I think that's the key thing is do not overwhelm. Just keep it simple. I think that was it. All right. So we are done for tonight. You know, I'm excited to talk to you guys tonight about this. And I know it wasn't the most exciting call, but I do think we can, if we bring it back to just like the basic things, you're really going to start to see success with your coaches hitting Emerald and seeing, you know, putting action into what they're learning. We can absorb so much and so many calls and get on National Week of Calls and do all of those things. But if we're not putting action to it and doing these basic things, then we're really not going to see our business move forward. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for jumping on. I'm just going to unmute you guys and we can say boom. Hold on 1 second.
And it was
All right.
available.
3, 2, 1. Boom! Thank you guys so much. I will post this recording and post it in the Boom Fam. Thank you, Deanna, and thank you, Kelly, for jumping on. Bye, guys. Have a good night.